Hello there, and welcome to Stay Tuned, the series where we talk about music, bands, events, instruments, and more. Subscribe to our channel so you'll always stay tuned and be well informed about this creative medium. My name's Vikas, and I'll be your narrator for this series. Let's tune in. In our first episode, I'm going to be speaking about an American psychedelic rock band that were among the most controversial and influential rock acts of the 1960s.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Los Angeles, California, the Doors! Keep your eye on the road, you hand upon the wheel.
The Doors were an important part of the counterculture of the 1960s era. The band was mainly popular for the singer's lyrics, voice, and later his erratic stage persona. Apart from that, the music has always been top-notch and psychedelic. Singer, songwriter, and poet Jim Morrison was born as James Douglas Morrison on the 8th of December 1943 in Melbourne, Florida, USA. He had two siblings and his father was in the Navy. He had a strict and troubled upbringing, which later reflected in his lyrics. Jim was a very voracious reader from a very young age. He read a lot of works from existentialist philosophers and liked the works of Friedrich Nietzsche. Since he and his family moved around a lot, he changed between multiple schools during his edification period. Jim completed his schooling in the year 1961. In the year 64, he moved to Los Angeles to attend the University of California, also known as UCLA. Jim studied films and cinematography. After graduating in 1965, Jim lived on a rooftop of his friends for the summer. He was living a bohemian lifestyle. This was where Jim wrote the lyrics to the early songs of the Doors like Moonlight Drive and Hello, I Love You. During that summer, Jim bumped into Ray Manzarek in Venice Beach, California. Ray was one of Jim's close friends from UCLA and was also a film student. They too were the first members of the Doors. The band took their name from the title of Aldous Huxley's book, The Doors of Perception. Ray Manzarek, who was a versatile pianist and keyboardist, brought in Robbie Krieger, the guitarist, and John Densmore, the drummer. The Doors had a lineup of 4 highly creative individuals. They all came together at Ray's place near the beach to practice and rehearse together. Jim wasn't trained in any sense to sing, but he did listen to songs of classical musicians, and he also used to listen to a lot of Elvis Presley. With the help of his bandmates, he started singing exceptionally. The band kept making music and wrote a number of songs. In 1966, the Doors headlined for a band at the famous Whiskey Go-Go, and the rest was history.
He walked on down the hallway, baby.
Whiskey Go-Go was a famous bar and venue space for musicians, artists, and other creative individuals. Many music producers and record labels would show up at the Whiskey Go-Go. The Doors would headline and do opening gigs for other famous bands. In the year 1967, the group would sign on to Elektra Records and achieve national recognition. The band made their debut album, which is self-titled The Doors. There were many hit songs on the album like Break On Through to the Other Side, Light My Fire, and many more.
Know that you will be untrue. Know that I will be alive.
The songs would stay top consistently at Billboard music charts and other various music charts. Radio music stations played The Doors on public demand, and a whole nation was hooked on to psychedelic rock music. Later that year, they were invited on The Ed Sullivan Show and were asked to perform two songs, People Are Strange and Light My Fire. They were also asked to make alterations to the lyrics of Light My Fire, to which the band agreed on. And while performing, the band did not make any alteration to the lyrics of the song.
If I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire.
The Doors played the last show with Jim Morrison on the 20th of December 1970. After that, Jim wanted to take a break from music and also from being a symbol of the mid-60s. Before leaving to Paris to live with his girlfriend Pamela and to write poetry, Jim and the Doors would record their final studio album titled LA Woman. Jim Morrison died a couple months later in Paris. The cause of his death was apparently heart failure. He died at the mysterious age of 27, which I'll talk about in another episode. In a short span of 3 to 5 years, the Doors made a total of 66 albums. That's 9 studio albums, 5 live albums, 21 compilation albums, and 21 singles. Jim Morrison also had his poetry published, titled The Wilderness, The Lost Writings of Jim Morrison, Volume 1 and 2. He also had other books published. People who would listen to the Doors were often amazed by the band's long music instrumentals, lesser yet profound lyrics, and also the songs are proven to be timeless. What made the Doors stand out was their ability to perform theatrical acts and spoken poetry with improvisation.
This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend. Hurts to set you free.
In the year 1978, the Doors would reunite and make an album called The American Prayer. For this album, the bandmates took Jim Morrison's spoken poetry, which he recorded on his 27th birthday in 1970, and the rest of the bandmates made music over it. There were many popular songs from this album like The Dawn's Highway, Newborn Awakening, and The Ghost Song.
Awake. Shake dreams from your hair, my pretty child, my sweet one. Choose the day and choose the sign of your day, the day's divinity. First thing you see.
That's all about the Doors for now. Find out more about this cool band in another episode. If you enjoyed the video, drop in a like and share this video with someone who might enjoy it as well. Click on subscribe if you like to receive more information on music and all the things associated with it. My name is Vikas and I'll see you on the next episode. Until then, take care, have a great day and stay tuned.